we go. T1's here. Awesome. Good to see you, bro. Tiny Miss B. Awesome. Cool. All right. We'll give it a couple more minutes just in case anyone else wants to come in. But obviously this will be recorded as well, so we'll put it on the YouTube. I'm surprised not to see more people here, man. We're launching lots of shit today, so lots of announcements.
Oh man, you just spoke like my 70-year-old dad. We'll put it on the YouTube.
On the YouTube, is it? Did I?
On the you said on the YouTube. I was like, Jesus, how old is this guy?
I apologize, man. Maybe it's a British thing. I don't know.
He's sophisticated.
I am sophisticated. I'm here drinking. Drinking...
You are about to participate.
What was that? Okay. I think we'll get started. It's all being recorded, so anyone that doesn't catch it live can have a look on YouTube. So there's a few things we want to share with everybody. Of course, we want to take this opportunity to provide some updates on the project and also give you guys some sort of sneak peeks and some a little bit of alpha in regards to what's coming up for SkullClub. The first thing I really want to touch upon is doxing. As you guys know, we do aim to be incredibly transparent within this project, and doxing is something we understand is of vital importance to the NFT community. So there's a lot of rugs going on at the moment, and we want to make sure that you guys are confident when you come to mint a SkullClub NFT that you're protected effectively. So Tutorial and myself, so we are community manager and marketing manager, so kind of the faces of the project, as it were. We have signed up to a doxing service which is provided by Young Money NFT, which is an established NFT project, and they actually have someone working with them who has about 5 or 6 years experience working within the immigration service in Australia and New Zealand. So this person knows identification better than anybody else. And so they have a points-based scoring system where you send them certain elements of your personal identification, so like passports, driving licenses, credit card statements, this kind of thing. And they effectively verify your identification and confirm you are who you say you are. So we've signed up with these guys. We've sent them our identification. We've also sent them our locations as well. So these guys know exactly who we are, and they are currently in the process of typing up their article on us. And I will be sharing an announcement very soon in the Discord with a link showing you the details of the project that they're setting up. So this is a very new doxing service, but it acts as a something quite new within the industry, because we've had Civic Pass, which no longer accept NFT projects, and there really isn't anyone else doing this at the moment, whereas Young Money are looking to do something which I think is going to be very valuable within the NFT space. This is needed at the moment because the NFT space is full of rug pulls and bad people. So it's really good that these guys are doing this, and we're really happy to be part of this part of their project and doxing with them to begin with. So yeah, doxing is something that is something we're very happy that we're doing, and hopefully the community can see the transparency behind that. Tutorial, have you got anything to add on that before I move on?
Nope.
Okay, awesome. So the second thing we'd like to discuss with you is our exposure coming up to mint. So as you all know, the NFT space at the moment is very quiet. Now, obviously this is due to the whole political climate we currently find ourselves in with Russia, Ukraine, etc. The whole crypto space, not just NFTs, but the whole crypto space is very quiet. There's a lot of big name projects that are struggling to sell out. And of course, we are aware of this, and we want to make sure that we're giving ourselves every opportunity to sell out, because the reality is we are a genuine community-focused project, and we know that we need to sell out, or we need to sell at least 50% of our NFTs in order to carry on with our giveaways program. So therefore, we have explored a lot of options when it comes to how we launch the project. So our initial plans, as communicated with the project, with the community, was to launch on our own minting website, which has been produced. We've got the minting site ready. It's got capture incorporated into it to protect against bots. So that minting website is there and it's ready to go if we need it. However, we have now decided that we're going to look into the possibility of using an established launchpad. Now, of course, this will cost us money, but it will also provide us the exposure that we may need in order to sell out. And at the same time, also adds that extra layer of security for our members. So it's something that we are actively looking at doing. Of course, there's a number of launchpads out there, all of which demand a varied price. But one thing I'd like to make very clear to everybody here is that any cost for the launchpad will come out of the team's wages. The giveaways program for Generation 1 will be entirely unaffected. We will continue to use 50% of the minting proceeds, which if we sell out is 550 Solana for our Generation 1 program. Any launchpad expenses will come out of the team's wages. I can't make that clear enough. So the Generation 1 program will not be affected in any way. The community rewards will not be affected in any way. This totally comes out of the team's pay packet. But again, we're exploring those options and there's a load of launchpads out there. We need to make sure we select the right one. And of course, we do still have our own minting website, which has bot protection incorporated into it. We have designed this in-house. We're very confident in it. So if we can't get a launchpad or a particular launchpad doesn't work for us, then we will revert back to using our own minting website. In which case we'll use the token system, which will be 1 token for whitelist or 2 tokens for whitelist plus, which you will receive between 24 or 48 hours before mint. Any members of the team got anything to add to that?
No, keep going.
Cool. Okay. If you can hear some noise in the background, it's my hamster running on her wheel. She doesn't stop. It's really annoying, and she's decided to wake up like right now. So she's going crazy on the wheel. So another thing we'd like to discuss with you guys is the invite contest that was announced over the last week. We thought it would be a really good idea to allocate 10.5 Sol to an invite contest, which would reward those who brought the most members within the server. Unfortunately, these kind of contests can be abused very easily. We all know that Discord is full of bots and it's quite easy for people to fake accounts and bring people in. And it's quite hard to manage. And so we did find that a couple of members were effectively abusing the system. So what we've decided to do is scrap the invite contest, but move the 10.5 Sol over to a new initiative. The reason we're doing this is because we want to make sure we protect our community, because we want genuine people involved within the project. The last thing we want is a server full of bots, and when Radrugs come to do their audit on us, they find a load of bots in the server, we get a red flag, and all of a sudden the project's dead. We want to make sure that we're building the community organically. Therefore, the 10.5 Sol we allocated to the invite contest will be moved over to a raid contest. So from today, the Whitelist Plus initiative will be ended. Anybody that does already have Whitelist Plus will still receive their 2 mint tokens. So anyone that's got Whitelist Plus will be completely unaffected by this. And we will continue to keep the Whitelist Plus wallet submission channel open. So anyone that hasn't submitted their wallet yet but has got the role will still be able to submit their wallet and still get the 2 mint tokens. So from today, the top 5 members with the top 5 raids will receive the prizes. So that's first place will receive 4 Solana. Second place will receive 3, then 2, then 1, and then 0.5. So any raid that is posted by either Klepper, Jazz, myself, or Tutorial will count as a qualifying raid. I'll open the raid proof channel to everybody, and quite simply, you just need to head on to the tweet that's posted, leave a comment, tag SkullClub, and then copy the URL and post it into the raid proof, and that will count as one raid against your name. The top 5 members with the top 5 amount of invites after mint will then be rewarded with their Solana. Simple as that, and that helps to prevent any further botting. Hopefully everyone that's here can understand why we've decided to take this action, because the last thing we want is people coming in that don't even mint an NFT, that bring in a load of fake invites and take money from the community. Like, it makes no sense. We'll be paying them for literally contributing nothing to the project. And yeah, we want to make sure that this is a fully community focused project. So raid initiative starts immediately after this AMA. So any raids that come through, make sure you raid them, make sure you get on the tweets, leave some comments, tag SkullClub, post it in the proof channel, and that'll count towards your raid total. All good? Any questions on that? No. No questions. Okay, awesome, cool. So this leads us on to the exciting stuff. So as you all know, SkullClub wants to release a minimum of 2 generations of NFTs. Generation 1 is focused around a rewards and giveaways program. So if we mint out, we will be supplying 550 Solana towards our rewards program. That equates for 50% of the minting proceeds. On top of that, we'll be giving 50% of the royalties generated by secondary marketplace sales, and utilizing that for airdrops to SkullClub holders on a weekly basis. Furthermore, we'll also be giving 40% of the royalty proceeds to players of a mini play-to-earn game. Further in 2022, so we're probably looking towards the middle of the year, we'll also be launching our 2nd generation of NFTs. And with the proceeds from that generation, we'll be making a built-from-scratch play-to-earn game, which is going to have a very large budget. And we're going to be talking quite a big player within the NFT space. If you can probably imagine some of the big play-to-earn projects that you know of right now, we're kind of in the same ballpark as these guys. The reason we've done it over 2 generations is quite simply because we want to build the community organically for generation 1 and ensure we haven't got to pay for marketing and influencers. Build that core group of community that will then follow us through to generation 2, mint generation 2, and then play the generation 2 play to earn game. On top of that, we have then decided just to incorporate a very small play to earn game for generation 1. This is just a tiny little addition. It was something we kind of threw in at the end. So it's not something that I'd like people to base the generation 2 game off. This is just a small little addition and like a little thank you for being with us, if that makes sense. So generation 1 is the rewards program with a tiny little game attached to it. Generation 2 is the full built from scratch game. And so I'd like to show you a little bit of information regarding these 2 games. And I'd like to start with showing you just a couple of little snippets from the Generation 2 game. We've had a presentation from a very experienced game developer who's going to be putting together this game for us. At the moment, this is still very much within the development stage, so things can change, and this should not be taken as the final product, of course. I mean, you'll see what I mean when I show you this little quick 30-second video. But effectively, the play to earn game for Generation 2 will be either a first-person or a third-person shooter, which will probably utilize the Generation 1 SkullClub NFTs as targets, and you'll kind of move around and shoot the targets, and then you'll play towards being at the top of the leaderboard, and then you'll be rewarded for it. So I'm going to share my screen now, so hopefully everyone can see it. someone could just let me know that you can see my screen now.
Yep, we could see it.
On my end.
Excellent. Okay, thanks for confirming, guys. This is just like, again, a really quick, small snippet from the presentation we've got. The reason I'm not showing the entire presentation is quite frankly because there is so much that could still change. So I don't want to promise anything that actually is going to be totally different to the end product. But I just want to show you like just something that we're working on, just to give you a good indication as to kind of the framework surrounding the game effectively.
surviving and eliminating each wave of the elusive skulls. After eliminating all existing enemies, the player can advance to the next round. This is a little prototype that we've been working on. Next, we're introducing the SkullClub shop, the progression system. Once a level is complete, the game will pause and enter the shop screen, allowing the player to use their accumulated currency to purchase new weapon upgrades, temporary buffs, and provisional health resources. Forward.
Okay, so hopefully you guys saw that. So effectively what you just saw there was an incredibly basic outline of the kind of mechanics we're using. So anybody that's got any experience within game development would understand that the whole aspect around the shooting element and the background design is very complex. So what you saw there was like the first person gun that could possibly be used. And then you saw the shop that will then be used as like an in-game marketplace. So you'll accumulate points, and then from the shop you can purchase ammo packs, new weapons, extra lives, that kind of thing. So things that will add towards your gaming experience within our play-to-earn game. There will also be, of course, at the end of the game, a leaderboard in which your score will be tallied against other players, and then the top players will then be awarded some form of prize. So we're still kind of figuring out the whole tokenomics aspect, whether we use Solana or another established token. We're still not 100% sure on that. And of course, we do have the option to utilize our own token if we do decide to go down that route. But of course, that's a lot more complex. So hopefully you can kind of see from that very small presentation what we're kind of building for Generation 2. It is a fully built from scratch game. As you saw there, you just saw the very basic workings of the game. And technically, you probably shouldn't be showing you this right now. We want to make sure that the community is aware of exactly what is to come. And of course, we look forward to sharing more information with you in due course as we get further updates. And we are working with our developer on a daily basis to update this game. So that should be looking towards the middle part of 2022 for the Generation 2 mint. In the meantime, we have like a really small play-to-earn game that we've put together in-house. It's cost us nothing. One of our own developers has made this game, and effectively they've recoded a game that everyone in this group has already probably played on their mobile. But we want to make sure that we had something to give you to play for Generation 1. We don't just want to just say, well, here's 550 Solana for giveaways, and that's it. We want to make sure that you guys have got something that you can play in anticipation for Generation 2. So again, I'm going to share my screen here, but before I do that, I just want to get the right video up. Just give me 1 second. Bear with me.
Also, nothing to do with Generation 2 game. I think you said that already, but nothing to do. It's just, an addition.
Yeah, thanks, Tutorial, mate. Yeah, this should have no reflection on the second generation game. This mini game I'm going to show you now was not even part of the plans when we first launched the Generation 1 roadmap. We literally just got together in a chat one day as a team and thought, why don't we just put together a quick little mini game that means fuck all to the community? Like, it's literally just this tiny little game that people can just play and also be rewarded while they're doing it, while they're waiting for Generation 2. This game that I'm going to show you has no reflection on Generation 2 whatsoever. It's a small mini game, just a little addition and a little thank you to the community for sticking with us. So hopefully everyone understands that. And of course, you've seen what Generation 2 could possibly turn out into, which is going to be incredible. This is just a little addition. I'm
Rob,
going to share the screen again, guys.
Tiny Miss B has a question.
Okay.
She says, with the game as part of the plan, will you be marketing towards mobile gamers, etc.? There's a big following of people who exclusively play mobile gaming.
So with the Generation 1 game, we're currently looking in like the mini game we're about to show you now. We're currently looking into how we can allow this for mobile players. Generation 2 is something that's more built around NFT wallet integration. So you'd require a SkullClub NFT to play it. So it's quite a complex framework around it when it comes to the back end. Because of course you need to be able to link your wallet. That needs to be able to confirm that you've got an NFT, and that NFT then needs to be integrated into the game. So at the moment with NFT games, it's quite difficult to incorporate that into the mobile world, just quite simply because the framework surrounding that is so complex. So we'd love to go down the mobile route, but also we have to bear in mind that when it comes to like Apple and Android, they also have certain legislations in place in which you have to sort of tick a lot of boxes before it becomes playable on mobile. So we'd like to do it, and of course it's something we are constantly exploring. And so if we can bring it to mobile, we will do it. But we are talking about a very big task there. But for this little mini game I'm about to show you, it is quite possible we could bring it to mobile, and we do have one of our developers working on exploring that option for us, and I'll have an answer for you for you very soon. Hopefully that answers that. I know it's a little bit vague, but it's the best I can possibly give you right now.
No, it was a great answer. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So this is the mini game that we've put together, and everybody that's on this call would have already seen this game and probably spent hours playing it. What we've done is we've incorporated a skull into the game, and we've also made it to play from right to left rather than left to right, because why not? It's just more fun. So effectively what we've done, guys, hopefully you can see my screen here. Can someone confirm?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, see it.
You're good.
Guys, cool.
Yep.
Awesome. So again, guys, this is not reflective on Generation 2 game. This is just a tiny little addition that we just thought of out of the blue as just like a little thank you to the community. This is not reflective on the Generation 2 game. Please, I cannot stress that enough. So effectively what we've done, guys, is we've entirely recoded Flappy Bird. So we've taken the bird, we've put a skull in it instead, and then we've changed the entire background to make it seem like a hell theme. We've changed the pipes from Flappy Bird into these like pillars that you'd find within hell, and lava on the bottom. And of course it plays in the same way, but also the hitboxes have been improved. So on Flappy Bird, if anyone played this on their mobile, they'd find they get like nowhere near the pipe and they die. Whereas what you'll find on this game is that actually you have to get really close to the pipe in order to die. So Lewis has done an incredible job entirely recoding this game by himself via the Unity app. And it's quite incredible what he's done with it. So again, guys, this is literally just a tiny little thank you to the community, but 40% of royalties will be utilized to pay players of this game. So we'll have like a leaderboard at the end, so you put your Discord username in. We're also looking at having like a little section where you can put your wallet into there as well, which gets submitted to us, so we can do some automatic airdrops rather than you having to manually submit your wallet address in order to receive your rewards. So we'd like it all to be quite automated, so you can come along, spend either 5 minutes or 20 minutes playing the game, beating other people in the leaderboard, and at the end of the week, the top X amount of players will be rewarded. Probably with Solana, I would have thought is probably what we'll utilize. But again, this is just like a little mini game, just in addition to the Generation 1 rewards program. So that's the first snippet that we've actually showed of this game, and we're quite happy with it. We think it looks really cool.
Is it called Flappy Skull?
So I really like the name Flappy Skull, but we haven't decided on a name yet. I'd love to open this group to names. So like, if someone can bring up a name for it, like, yeah, shout out, do it.
Yo, shit skull sounds good. what a fucking yo, Omega, you got no chill.
Shit Skull.
Also, if people really like the game, who knows? Maybe we could add another layer of funding for this after Generation 2. Depends on if it's a hit or not. So
yeah, for sure. This game can stick with us forever. Like it's going to be on our website, so people can just go on and play it. And of course, this can stay with us for Generation 2. We can even make other games like this and just have like a whole collection of games. Like the world's our oyster when it comes to this. The main aim for SkullClub, and I cannot stress this enough, the main aim for SkullClub is to have a built from scratch Generation 2 game, which is a full-on play and earn game. It's going to have a really big budget attached to it. So that's our main aim. This is just a little addition. I think from me, that's probably all I need to announce. We are looking at some partnerships with other projects at the moment. So I mean, we're literally like working 15-hour days to try and make sure that we're speaking with the right projects, we're bringing in the right people, but at the same time we are maintaining an organic stream of newcomers within to the server. And so hopefully everyone that's here and everyone that's watching this can kind of see that what we're doing is fully organic. We don't want to be paying for marketing and promoters and influencers that bring in a load of useless people, basically, that are just going to sit there and not actually do anything. So we're going to keep plugging away at that and building something totally organic and something awesome for our community, effectively. Does anyone have anything to add? Tutorial, any of the devs that are here?
no.
Cool. In that case, I guess we'll open up for any questions. Does anyone have anything to ask us? Is there anything in the chat that's been asked? I know a lot of people don't like to come up and talk a lot of the time.
No, I asked the only question that was there.
Snip
Lewis
says
did-
men mint.
Lewis mentioned that we could use the skull debate next week for the name if we could narrow it down to a couple.
Oh, I love that. Okay, yeah, cool. Absolutely. Well, let's flesh this out. Like, I mean, Flappy Skull is an obvious one, but does anyone have any better ideas?
Yeah, maybe we come up with two solid ones, then maybe put it up for debate.
Yeah. Okay. So we can discuss this within the chat, but if anyone has any other ideas, then of course just let us know. Of course.
There was
Sounds
a
good.
comment. There was a comment that I want to address. Someone said, "I feel like once the mint money dries up, the project does too. Roadmap is pretty generic and a bit uninspiring." He says, "Good luck. Hope I'm wrong." Just want to say, you guys, that the whole thing about having the rewards program is just for us not to pay for someone to do the marketing. That way we don't get scammed. That way, we pay you guys for the whole marketing experience of being mouth to mouth and more organic. Remember that Generation 2 is going to complement Generation 1, so it's going to add utility. This is what we're working on also, for it to, as I said, complement itself and each generation work with each other. This way, it's not like this person says that it's generic and uninspiring. It's really something that that we feel it's really cool and that we can make this work. Plus, with the game and with other partnerships, it's going to be project with other projects. There's going to be collaborations all over, not whitelist collaborations, but actual collaborations, brainstorming of ideas. It's going to be really cool. We're going to have you guys also brainstorming with us. I think this is going to be very, very exciting, and we're here for the long run. So don't get uninspired by comments like these, and stick with us because we are working 15 hours a day to fucking deliver a great product. But it has to be step by step. We cannot just throw in everything all at once because it just doesn't work like that. We have to build step by step.
Let's be real here. Like, how many projects that they build the project, they go big right at the beginning, and they disappear off the face of the earth. They'll build a whole project around a play-to-earn game. They'll charge 1.5 Solana for a 3,000 or 4,000 supply, and then you're waiting 10 weeks for the game, just sat there waiting for the game, and all of a sudden the floor price just drops and drops and drops, and you've paid 1.5 Solana for this NFT that you've got because you're hyped about a game that you don't even know if it's ever even going to amount to anything. Just holding it, and your floor price, all of a sudden you look at it and it's now 0.6 Solana and you've wasted your money. Like, the whole NFT space is full of this. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to do something completely different. What we want to do is we want to build the community, yes, okay, around the play-to-earn game, which is Generation 2. But why rush into that? Why not build a community around Generation 1, around an awesome giveaways program where everyone can get involved, everyone wins stuff, everyone gets to know each other, and then move on to the Generation 2 for the play-to-earn game? Why I don't understand this whole aspect around rushing into things. Let's build a solid community. I mean, we're talking 6 months here until the Generation 2 will be released. Like, it's not a long time. But the NFT space, for some reason, everyone just rushes to make a quick profit. But the way I see it is, let's do it a bit slower, because in the long run, it's going to work out better for everybody. This project and the passion that we have behind it, and I know the passion that so many of our community have, this project could be huge. And unfortunately, there will be a very select few people that don't agree with that, and that's cool. Like, if people want to flip NFTs and make a little small profit every now and then, like, that's cool. Like, do it. Like, no one's holding you back, bro. Like, whatever. But people that want to really make something, want to do something different within this space, let's fucking do it. Like this, and that's exactly what we're doing here.
I just want to comment on what you're talking about, Rob. What I see you guys doing is amazing because what you're doing is you're not just building a project, you're building a Gen 1 project as you build your community while you work towards Gen 2, which is the ultimate goal for you guys. And I think that's amazing because the time it's taking to do Gen 1 and you're building this community, you're also rewarding them with reward systems, with a Gen 1 NFT. And this community is building so amazingly fast. It's incredible. So, I mean, I think you guys have a great mind, all you guys together, the devs, all of you guys together, this whole project. I feel like I'm so bullish on this project. I mean, I know I've been here since the beginning, and I know I've recently just joined in to help you guys and to push this project a little further. But at the same time, even if I didn't join you guys, I'd still be just as bullish. I'd still be saying the same things. What you guys are doing for community base is just amazing. I love community building. I love projects that involve community building because honestly, everybody that's in this space, if you don't know by now, if you don't have a good community once you launch a product, that product is going to fail. There's no ifs or ands or buts. No matter how good the devs are, the community needs to be there. The community needs to be strong because the community will carry it. The community will talk about it. The community will hit Twitter. The community will support it. The devs can only do so much once they release the project. So I think what you guys are doing with Gen 1 is amazing. I think it's a great idea, everything you guys have done so far. So that's just my opinion on things. And I think a lot of us agree along the same lines of what I'm speaking because that's why we're all here.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you saying that, and you're absolutely right. Like, I mean, I've already shared the exact percentages of everything on a previous presentation, so I won't bore you with the details anymore. But let me just say that the team of the Core 5 and our moderators and our Skull advisors, like we're not earning we're not earning a lot. Let me put it that way for Generation 1. And like most projects you see, like the moment they release their first generation, the team get a big payday, never see them again. Or you do see them again, but they're not that interested because they've had their payday already. For us, for the team, Generation 1 isn't the payday. We're not expecting to get paid much. Like, yes, there are wages, but it's tiny, it's minuscule. Whereas, you know, what we want to do is then build the whole Generation 1 and then move on to Generation 2 and 3 and 4 and so on. So Generation 1 is just like a stepping stone. And so what we've tried to do is make sure that we use that stepping stone to build the community as efficiently as possible and also give back. Like, we want everyone that's here right now within this community, like this 1,600 people within our Discord right now, we want everyone to be part of this giveaways project. We want everyone that's currently within the Discord to be the really early ones that are going to benefit the most. And we put a lot of thought into making sure that that's going to happen. So I'm really glad that you see that, bro. Thank you. On that note, do we have any other questions? I assume not. Okay. This has been recorded by Roberta. Thank you, and it will be uploaded to our YouTube. We have a games night tomorrow at 10 p.m. So same kind of style of games night. So we'll play some trivia. We'll probably utilize the Gartic bot, Rumble Royale, and of course we'll give away some really cool NFTs. So the first place will win a Wastelanders. Wastelanders are moving forward with their project very quickly at the moment. These guys are looking at doing some really cool stuff. So first place gets a Wastelander, second place gets a Woofer NFT, third place a Battle Cat, and of course normally during our games nights people come out and start donating stuff. So like I imagine there'll probably other things thrown around there as prizes. And of course one of our participants in the Skull debates will win 0.3 Solana. I haven't actually closed the Skull debates yet, so if anyone that's in here hasn't voted yet, head to the Skull Debates channel, put your vote in for sweet or salty popcorn, and you may be another chance of winning 0.3 Solana. And of course, we've got 2 weeks left till mint, so the team will continue working hard. We've been listed on new NFT calendars every day. We've been listed on another 2 today. So we're finding that we're getting a lot more interest in the project. I mean, we've grown about 400 or 500 members within the space of a few days. And we're also getting like, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 DMs from promoters every single day now asking us to pay them for promotions and stuff, which of course we're rejecting every single one. We do not pay for any marketing, but it just goes to show that we are being noticed. So yeah, things are growing quite quickly. I imagine the next 2 weeks will be some hard work, but you'll see a lot of new people joining the server as well. So expect a lot of hype, and we look forward to sharing some more information with you over the next couple of weeks. That's it from me. Okay, nothing else. Okay, cool. I guess we'll end this AMA then. Thanks very much for joining, guys, and we look forward to seeing you on the games night tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Later.